frustrating. But to end, something even more frustrating, the annexation stuff is still going forward. And I wanted to point this out just because we need to realize, I mean, this is Jordan's king saying, we do not agree with this, right? Netanyahu is supposed to need their approval in regard to the Jordan Valley. They had agreements before. Jordan pulled back on it and said, no, sorry, we're done. And Netanyahu just said, okay, we don't care. We're going to take it anyway, right? Because he's totally about a law and morals and, right? I mean, think of how obvious this is. You can listen to their lie about having a right to the land, or, God gave them the land. We're going to, even though that is obviously not real. Because we know that in actual Judaism, they are supposed to wait for the Messiah to come back before it happens. And guess what? That hasn't happened yet. So Zionists just ignore that part. Isn't that convenient? This is where all the true Orthodox Jews in Israel will call them out for it. That's why you'll have the people standing up and saying this is the reality, that we don't support this because it's not Judaism, right? Like, I'm an anti-Zionist for saying that, but I guess all of those Jews also saying it are anti-Semites, right? I mean, it's just ridiculous. Not to mention the fact that the whole word Semite is completely bastardized and doesn't even mean what they tell you it does. Palestinians are Semites, but it can dive into this whole conversation. It's all lies and illusions. If Jordan's king is saying you can't have it, Netanyahu is not supposed to be able to just take it. But he's trying because he doesn't care about the law. But Jordan's king is pushing Congress himself to oppose these annexations because they're illegal. Because everybody everywhere except people who are invested in the profit behind this and the control behind this are willing to acknowledge that. Even their allies today, even the people in the EU. Boris Johnson just said it's against the rule and then have gotten an accident, weirdly enough. But the point is that this is clear. But Netanyahu, guess what? Guess what he just said? He will never recognize Palestine. How does that even make sense? Right? You realize that recognizing Palestine as a state was literally part of the deal of the century, the so-called deal of the century, that Netanyahu signed, that Trump was a part of? He just goes, and not only did he step up like a week later and start annexing territory that was supposed to be for the Palestinians, he's just straight up going, nah, I'm not going to do it. I'm never going to do that. And guess what? That's what I told you. That's what I kept showing you. He's always said that. I've always said we're never going to do that. So why did you listen to people that told you otherwise? You can literally see videos right up until today where they say it over and over. We will never do that. And yet your own politicians, Trump included, will come to you and say, here, it's all going down. Peace for everyone. And you believe it? I mean, it is irrational. It's insane. But if you're going to ignore what he is literally saying, then I don't know what to do for you. He will not recognize Palestine because he never wanted to, and they never will. He used Trump's deal to take what he could from it in the moment and just stepped all over Trump in the process. It's pretty damn clear to me that he is in control of the situation here. Look at everything Trump has done since this has started. Every single illegal thing. Given them the Golan Heights, illegal. Allowed them to continue annexation, illegal. I mean, I don't need to get pulled down in this conversation. You guys know me by now. I will continue to get frustrated about this. I don't want to take too long. This is the reality. And it's just damn time that we see that the Palestinians are one of the most oppressed people on the planet, if not the. People like this, even in Yemen in the same way. People like Netanyahu and Trump and everyone else stepping on the necks of people that are suffering more than anybody. Seems kind of apt, wouldn't you say? Excuse me. And just in case you weren't sold that was legitimate, here is I forgot what it said. I looked at it earlier. The coalition chairman and Likud party chairman saying, we will never recognize a Palestinian state. The prime minister announced yesterday at the faction meeting that in each constellation, the government and the Knesset will not recognize the principle of establishing a Palestinian state. The plan, which is essentially the application of sovereignty to all locations without any Jew being evicted from his home in a succession of sovereignty while maintaining the duties in his historic plan, is an opportunity not to be missed. Okay, yay, right? But guess what? The one thing that should stand out is we will not recognize. So there's no deal. This is an insult to anybody who actually cares about what this was supposed to be. It's unreal. But as always, guys, they don't care. They don't care that you see it. They don't care. Because I guess if they can tell you to go in your home, put your mask on, stay quiet, quarantine, they can do whatever the hell they want. Yeah, they're going to get outraged from people like us. But if just enough people are pliable enough and willing to just take what they're given, well, they know they have enough to get by. So all I need from people out there is just to see this and stand against it. Stand up. Have some courage. You're not alone. We all see it too. Stand up. Stand for the people who can't stand for themselves. That's what real courage is. That's what real leaders do.